We're making my irresistible tomato salsa. First things first, I have my oven set to broil. You should do that too. I have a pan, no I don't, I have a rack in my oven, that's what I've got. Set about, 5-6 inches away from the heating element at the top. That's broil, yo. The heating element on the top, it cooks from the top down. Did you like that? A little top down action. So make sure before you preheat your oven to broil, you've moved that rack so that it's about 6 inches from the top. Otherwise, you're gonna have to pull out your, I can't think of anything. You know what I'm saying? Just make sure that rack's where it needs to be. Okay, here we go. So we're gonna start off with 3 garlic cloves. I also have 1 whole jalapeno, an onion. So these are your first 3 ingredients. Now, if you don't like spice, you can skip the jalapeno, but I mean, come on. Feel a little spicy from now and again. Now and again. I don't know. So I'm taking this jalapeno, I'm gonna have it, and then I'm just gonna quarter it. And I love this recipe because it's super easy, and you know I love easy. So quartering it, going right on this pan that I have set out already. So look at this reckless abandon. I've tossed my jalapeno on. And now I'm gonna add my 3 cloves of garlic. Look at this, it's all in one pan, it's amazing. Now I have this onion I'm gonna add. And for me, I don't love a ton of onion in my salsa, so I'm probably just gonna do half of this guy. But the beautiful thing about this recipe is that you can do whatever you like. So, I'm gonna use half. So I halved that, halved that onion, and now I'm gonna half this half. That's a quarter.
That's like a bunch of halves.
That's like math. I love math. So now I've got a quarter. All right, and I'm gonna bring my pan up here so you can see it. And that's what I'm gonna do. That was hard. Now, if you want, I would also add things like I cannot talk today. I forgot how to talk. A poblano pepper. I also, actually, maybe what I will do is I have this bell pepper here, so I'm gonna add part of that too. So, I mean, it's kind of like a kitchen sink situation, If you got some vegetables kicking around and maybe they're on their way out, I always have those because I always have these great intentions to cook something beautiful. You can throw them on there. So there we go. Now, get your big jug of extra virgin olive oil and you just pour it on over all your stuff. Then you use these guys to kind of coat it all. And setting a timer. Otherwise, you'll be like, what's burning? It's your stuff. Go get it. So set the timer. I always do. That doesn't make you less of a person. Okay? You heard straight from me. This is 1 can. 15 and a half, is that what they are? I think so, of diced tomatoes. You know what's really awesome is if you buy fire roasted tomatoes, those are delicioso with this. So all I've done is drain that can of tomatoes. I saved the juice, y'all, because this can be liquid gold in so many ways. You can make it put it in salad dressings. The next time you make a pasta dish, there are literally lots of great options. Here's my diced tomato. It's gonna hang out. And all I did was drain it. Like I said, I'm keeping the juices for another use for later because I don't really like my salsa to be super watery. That's just a me thing. Now I've got a lime. You could use a lemon if you don't have a lime. If you don't have a lime or a lemon, you could use vinegar. I never waste the zest. So before you even cut this guy open, you're gonna just take a little microplane and get all that delicious zest off because you can. Even if you don't want to use it for this salsa, you don't have to. You can actually wrap freshly grated lime. It's like anarchy in here.
Sorry.
It's all good. Keep going. You do you over there. I'll do me over here. Whatever that is. No one knows. Okay. What I was saying is you can wrap this in a damp paper towel, then you put it in a plastic bag and you shove it in your freezer. You mark it lime zest so that the next time you want lime zest, it's available to you. Great lime zest. I'm just putting it on my cutting board. And now we're gonna tackle this guy. So again, we're making that irresistible tomato salsa. It's irresistible because number 1, it tastes good, and number 2, it's easy to make. I'm all about keeping it easy and delicious. If you're any other way, I don't understand you. But I'm pretty sure no one understands me either because I laugh at my own jokes and they're not that funny. All right, here we go. Then I don't know, I used to work in a restaurant and I used to watch the bartenders cut all the limes. I was never a bartender, but probably a good thing. But they always cut the little slits on the limes, and I think it was more for the purpose of putting it on the beverage, on the rim of it. But I find that when you cut a little slit after you've cut it into a wedge, it makes it easier to squeeze. My hands are so delicate and small. I need it easy. Okay, anyway, here we go. We are making this salsa. I've got 4 minutes. 4 minutes, that seems wrong. Didn't I tell you 5? So you guys know I love my stick blender. It's just like the best tool in the world. I don't know, if you don't have one, I would recommend it. So here's what you can do while that's finishing up. So in your container, if you don't have this thing, you can use a blender or a little food processor. So no worries. You can even just chop it if you want, if you don't have any of those things. I'm all about problem solving. I'm not always good at it, but you know, hey, whatever. We'll just go with it. Okay, so in there is that 15.5-ounce can of diced tomatoes. Now I'm adding all of that lime zest. I love it. It's delicious. One of my favorites. And now I'm all ready to juice this lime because I cut it that special way for my dainty fingertips. Squeeze that right in there. I love limes because they don't have seeds, and that makes me happy because, you know, I don't like the stress of digging out seeds. So anyway, it's not that stressful. I don't know what I'm talking about. Oh, okay, never mind. I thought she was talking to me. She doesn't need me. That's great. I'll stay over here. All right, anybody have any questions so far? So just squeezing, so far all I've got in here, I'm squeezing a lime. I should finish my sentences. Ooh. So I've got my tomatoes, my can, my 15.5-ounce can of tomatoes. I've got my lime zest and my lime juice. That was half of a lime, but I'll probably, there's nothing really to taste, but sure, go for it, man. Okay. All right. You never know. So we're almost done with this salsa, you guys. Look how easy it is. I'm just talking a lot as always, so it's taken forever. But that's all I've got in here. That lime zest, tomatoes, lime juice from half of a lime. And now I'm going to retrieve my stuff from the oven. Here we go.
Turn the radio up.
Up for that sweet sound. Hold me close, never let me go. You guys want to sing along? I know you know it. Keep this feeling alive. Make me lose. Too much. Okay. Hi. Squeezing that lime is a stress reliever. Totally. Completely agree. Find a hard one, right? That's a complete stress reliever. Okay. So here are my roasted vegetables. You could go as long as you want. So if you like super roasted, charred taste, you can even go a little bit longer. These are pretty much just softened. And I'm going to put them right in this container. I'm sure I'll spill some. And that's totally fine. Whoop, see, there goes one. I'm sure oh, 2. All right. Is anyone else having trouble hearing? Oh no, I hope not. I'll share it later. So if you don't understand if it looks like I'm not talking, don't you fret. I'll post it later. I won't leave you hanging. Okay, I'll retrieve my little guys who didn't make the cut. Guys, we're almost done. So easy. All right, now I'm gonna add my salt. So remember, this is my 1/8 of a teaspoon, the baby one. So it's gonna look like I'm pouring a lot in here. But this is just 2 of these. So we're at 1/4 teaspoon. All right, now the fun part. The fun part starts. This is hot, so make sure you cover it. I'm gonna use my hand, but otherwise you can also wait. You know, smart people would wait and let it cool down and then they puree it. I'm not smart, and I'm just gonna use my hand to protect myself. So there it is, salsa. Now you probably want to chill it maybe, but you don't have to. And then you can just eat it right away. You can also add some fresh cilantro to this, chop it up and give it a go. Pour it in a pretty bowl, serve it with some chips, or just drink it. I don't know, it's good for you, man. Let me try it. It's good every time, you guys. That one's really spicy. So good, here.
First I need chip. So just send.
First you need a chip. No, we gotta go.
Okay, just keep telling them.
All right.
Okay.
She's gonna get a chip. Anyway, that's it. It's super easy. Again, like you can use any vegetable you want here. So if you've got something kicking around in your pantry or refrigerator, not anything, but you get the picture. I mean, any pepper would work. Most vegetables would work. Just roast them, have fun. Really, it's just about having fun. So really appreciate you guys being here. You love the background comments from my little sous chef.
Oh no.
What?